Welcome to the Charleston Marketing Podcast, brought to you by the Charleston AMA and broadcasting from our friends at Charleston Media Solutions Studios. Thanks to our awesome sponsors at CMS, we get to chat with the cool folks making waves in Charleston. From business and art to hospitality and tech, these movers and shakers choose to call the Lowcountry home. They live here, work here, and make a difference here. So what's their story? Let's find out together.
Hey guys, welcome to the Charleston Marketing Podcast, powered by the Charleston American Marketing Association. We're recording live in the Charleston Media Solutions Studios, big supporters of CAMA. Got to give a big shout out to our guy, Charleston's favorite DJ Jerry Feelsgood, with the beats at the beginning of the show. Thanks to all of our supporters. Hi friends, Stephanie here, founder of Stephanie Bear Consulting, a digital marketing strategy agency located here in Charleston, and one of your CAMA past presidents. And I'm hanging with our current president.
Hey. What's happening, folks? Mike Compton here. Hey, we got to change the script. We've got a new sponsor.
We do.
The SCRA.
You told me about this.
Uh-huh.
This is exciting.
Super exciting to have them on board.
All right. Do a little plug for SCRA.
Uh-huh. South Carolina Research Authority.
Yep. We had them on our podcast.
We're going to work on that.
We had them on our podcast.
Yes, we did. We had Adrian on the podcast.
Yeah.
We're working with Megan over there.
That's cool.
And we're going to be supporting them. They're going to be supporting us. So
I love that. That's
super excited about that. And thanks to them. President of Roombo by day and president of AMA by the rest of the time.
And he's got a lot of other
We got other things going on, but more importantly, we've got Bob Hilscher here.
What's up, Bob?
Glad to be here.
It's so exciting to have Bob here. Today, you may or may not notice, but we dropped an episode today. What's today? July October 23rd.
It's almost Halloween. Yes.
October 23rd.
Yes.
And we dropped JT White's episode today.
We did.
Talking about, and the title is something like AI and how we can work together and how it doesn't have to take over jobs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So we're big into the MarTech scene and the AI scene.
Yes, we are.
Right? And now we have you, which is your company right now, which is?
It's Workforce Wave.
Workforce Wave.
And we're a kind of a niche part of AI, and that is conversational AI or voice AI.
Okay, tell me more.
I have so many questions. I'm excited.
Well, I mean, voice AI is a way of interacting with the AI. It's your method in, I guess, or your way in. We have chat bots where we can text back and forth, and this allows you to connect with the AI via a phone call.
Amazing. Give us the .com just so the listeners can just do some research while we're talking.
Yeah, of course. Workforcewave.com, exactly like it sounds.
It's awesome. You're going to love it.
So this technology would, in a sense, maybe replace a customer service rep?
That's one use case that's pretty prevalent.
Okay.
Another use case we'd love to see is to get rid of all the IVRs that exist out there. When we call up a business and you press 1 for this or press 2 for that.
Thank God.
What is that? IVR? Is that what you said?
Yeah, and I'm not sure I could even tell you what the
that's
IVR is.
Okay, but that's what it is.
But I know that's what they're called. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super interesting. Because nobody likes that experience, right?
No.
I'm the first to ask for a representative, and ironically, somehow now I'm building them. But
Well, you also come across sometimes, especially depending on what service you're in, that they're not knowledgeable. They don't answer their questions, and then B, they're kind of rude because you're like, they're having a bad day. They don't want to deal with me, and I have all the questions typically. So this is really good.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably describing a call center in most cases where a person is charged with handling a dozen companies and customer service for a dozen companies, and they're reading notes and trying to catch up all the time. So
yeah, that's a lot.
This gives you this would give you a representative that's fully trained in your language and your company and your voice and everything else, and be there consistently.
Nice.
Every day.
And is your business based here in Charleston?
It is, yep.
Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant.
Oh, yay.
Yes, exactly.
We don't like to
Exactly.
cross too many bridges.
I'm right there with you. I mean, I like to work from home in my sweatpants.
Everybody that we're going to be talking to, staff and listeners, they're going to be Mount Pleasant, Charleston founders when it comes to these MarTech things.
I know, but sometimes they have companies outside.
No, I'm telling you, we're not talking to those people. We're only talking to the
we
founders
had one
that
person
are
from
here.
Charlotte just.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, Charlotte, that's Blair Primus.
Blair.
And
we love
Bob,
him.
Charlotte's big. Listeners on the podcast.
That's
Shout
true.
out to Charlotte. Thank you for
All right.
listening.
Yeah.
But it goes Charleston, Mount Pleasant, and then Charlotte.
Yeah.
and then
Interesting.
Somerville.
It is interesting.
You know, when you go all time. So big shout out to Charlotte. We got to go there. We should take the show to Charlotte one time.
Okay.
See if there's anybody out there any radio stations up there we can help out with. Anyways, back to Bob and Workforce Wave. That episode that I was talking about GT and Jake, he was co-hosting with me. Steph, you weren't able to make it. We were discussing the party that we had the night before at your place, Code and Trust.
Okay. Yep.
You guys, can you talk just a little bit about Code and Trust?
I love Code.
You can't really not just a little bit.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Code and Trust is a software development company here in town. Build all kinds of applications, anything from entrepreneur applications to enterprise applications, and have been, I believe, in business about a half a dozen years doing that. So it gives Workforce Wave a really deep bench for any coding and development that we need.
Honestly,
for our stuff.
Some of the smartest, kindest people that you can find are in that building right there. I'm new friends with a lot of people in that building. Matt Grayson's in there. A few other businesses that are in there. Shine is another one, one of my favorite ones too. You guys can look that one up.
It's almost like a co-working space, and it's tremendous energy in the building. I mean, everybody's got new and exciting stuff going on, and we kind of can feed off of each other's clients and successes, and it's just a good spot to be.
Yeah, and so great ideas come to you guys, and then you guys find a way to manufacture it, if you will, code it, and then take it to market. Right, and that's
exactly right. Yep.
What Workforce Wave is, right?
Well, no, I mean, Workforce Wave is specifically focused on the voice AI and building, AI agents to help businesses never miss a phone call and make the phone fun again. Right,
but it was an idea that started within Code and Trust that you all developed, right?
I think the idea came to Code and Trust.
Okay,
you say.
Yeah.
I mean, Colin Highland, who is our
Colin, one of the nicest guys you can ever meet.
Yeah, I mean, he really brought
what is his
the
title
idea
then?
of the voice AI. I'm not sure we even have gotten as far as titles at Workforce Wave.
Founders, I like it.
But he is a founder, and I call him our agent engineer, our prompt engineer. I mean, he really delivers the personality and what makes the agent unique and fun.
So speaking of that, sorry, Steph, there was another party, because you guys were throwing these happy hours.
I've been over there for a Christmas party that was off the charts.
Really cool place. Colin did a live demo.
Yeah.
It was really neat to watch that, and then you can actually go see the live demo on YouTube. I'll send you. I'll put the link in the show notes when it's ready. But so the live demo, what did he do there? In front of an audience.
Yeah, Code and Trust did an event maybe a month and a half ago that we called Product Jam, and we had 5 different companies come in and not just tell us all about what they were doing, but actually do the work in front of the room. And it was an event, to try to get more the developer type of person versus the founder type of person in the room.
Yeah.
And, get challenged on how you're doing it, and maybe we should do it this way, and ask questions and so forth and so on.
Right.
Workforce Wave was one of the companies that demoed in there, and Colin built a live agent on the fly based on the group that was working with him during the event. The audience participation is what drove the build of Elle. And I think we're going to talk to Elle maybe a little bit later today.
So tell me a little bit, how long have you guys been working together?
Workforce Wave started, I want to say, in the last summer.
Oh, this is relatively new.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably 18 months in, maybe 2 years in, top at the most. And this technology to the general public really didn't exist until about that time.
Okay.
And as we've kind of all seen, it's exploded, with all kinds of folks jumping in and trying to make something happen. AI is absolutely what's driving the stock market right now. And
makes my life easier every day.
Well, I'm sure, we're all using AI in a little bit. And you're using AI, you just don't even know it sometimes too, right?
Well, if you're not using it, you should be, because you're going to get left behind. The worry should not be losing your job to an AI. The worry should be not learning how to use AI and losing your job to another human that does. So
that's a beautiful way of putting it.
That is.
We've been discussing this for a while now, haven't we? Have a lot of AI experts.
Yeah, if you're not on the train, you better be, because it's already left the station. So as Jessica Monday said.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what she said. She was one of our first AI speakers.
Yeah.
And she mentioned that, and it's stuck in my head, and I love that phrase. So I'm letting her own that one. That's definitely hers.
So Workforce Wave is a special. because it's different in a way that you guys train these agents to almost, become an actor, if you will, to kind of, take on a persona and really make
feel
the
like
experience.
You're speaking to a real human.
Well, yeah, exactly.
With the tone, the inflection in the voice, the being able to think like sporadically on their feet. You can throw questions at them, and it's pretty remarkable how quickly they spit out their responses, and you feel like you're talking to a human.
Yeah, and a lot of times, especially, I do a lot of business development, and, you talk to these things, and a lot of times they say it better than we ever can.
Yes.
You end up wanting to write
100%.
down how they said
Yes.
it, and
take notes.
so you can kind of regurgitate it the same way.
No, what kind of industries are you been working with to put this into their practice?
One of the first industries that started to raise its hand was hospitality.
That makes sense.
Restaurants hate the phone.
Yep.
And yet
They're
the
too busy
phone
to answer.
still delivers a tremendous amount of revenue. One of our early use cases, getting an agent into a restaurant that would answer the phone when the staff wouldn't, help that restaurant generate over $30,000 of special event business, large party reservations that
makes sense.
Otherwise would have probably just gone to whoever did pick up the phone. So, that was kind of cool to see, and that was one of the first early places that adopted it. And then the home services industry has also been another big one.
That's big here in Charleston.
Huge.
Big everywhere.
Yes.
Big
service.
everywhere.
Yes.
And the medical and dental practices are also seem to be early adopters as well. So much scheduling and rescheduling, and again, the phone kind of ends up being an annoyance.
How do you
to
work
that.
with HIPAA on the stuff with the emergency and the doctors and that kind of thing?
Yep. I mean, our platform is HIPAA compliant and
Good.
SOC 2 compliant to begin with.
Okay.
And then we just have to work with each of our clients as we design the agent's role inside the workflow to make sure that those workflows, also remain HIPAA compliant. It all has to do with where the data is kept and who has access to it. So
I've always wondered how people in this space like train these to talk like that. How do you train? Like, is it just code? Because that's impressive.
You may be getting above my pay grade with that question a little bit.
They did offer to bring Colin in. Colin's the expert, and we're supposed to call Colin, but you know what? I think we're just going to...
Hey, Bob is also the expert.
I'll try to hold my own.
Yeah,
He's going to do fine.
But the personality is developed, I would say, more by what I'll call prompting than scripting. I mean, you don't want to tell the agent how to say it or what to say. You want to tell the agent kind of where to head if they get into this subject area or that subject area.
Sure.
And then you want to give them room to do their thing. And we continue to be amazed at how well they do it.
You do give them parameters, though, right?
Right.
Like, I would call it guardrails.
Guardrails.
Yeah. I mean, you can.
So, for instance, when I use like ChatGPT for like copywriting, like I have a paid account, they have all my historical data of how I write for certain clients, and there's some things that are like just out of my scope. Like I'm not a pest control expert on everything, right? Just throwing that one of my clients. And so it's interesting because they'll see my writing style and they'll have the historical data of months and months of writing. So it's kind of like that because the prompts will get you and learn you over periods of time.
Well, the AI will learn. We want to be careful on how we talk about this. The AI is not necessarily learning from every conversation.
Right.
But we, as its keeper or coach, we are learning from each interaction and can help prompt and script it to do its job a little better. But what a lot of clients worry about are bad actors out there that are going to try to get the agent to do something weird or dirty or what have you, and so we put guardrails up so that the agent continues to point the caller back to the reason we're here and the mission. And the agents are all designed with a mission in mind. They have something they want to achieve. And, in many cases, they do it quicker than humans because they're always getting back to the task and they're not distracted, by all the tangents we can get on.
Correct. And you can potentially get more information out of them versus a human, too, right? You can probably, because...
Well, intake is a great role for these things because, how many times have we gone, I had an interaction with AAA the other day, which drove me bananas. I mean, I had to give my account number or whatever, my membership number 16 times and my location 16 times every time they transferred me. And that's kind of one of the beauties of AI is for an intake scenario, you do it once, and that information's captured and it's captured correctly. And
that's so cool.
What's the one myth about the voice agents that like a voice adoption that you'd like to smash? Like, what's one thing
that people don't want to talk to these things?
Okay.
A lot of business owners that we approach say, "Oh, my customers don't want to talk to a bot," and you're probably right, but they rather talk to a bot than talk to nobody.
100%.
And
well said.
We're going to get used to these things as humans, just like we got used to voicemail, just like we got used to email, just
call
like
waiting.
we got used to text.
My parents would not do call waiting. Oh, it's so rude.
The call waiting.
So
elevator
shout out,
music.
Mom and Dad. What's up? I love you. Happy birthday, Dad.
I think once we all have a better experience than we expected, getting our prescription filled or getting our appointment changed or what have you, then it's going to feel good, when we can call and tell the airline exactly why we're calling and not have to sit through the menu and try to figure out which menu item is closest to what we want.
Exactly.
You can just have a conversation and tell the agent what you need and get you on your way. That's the goal. That's what we're hoping a lot of businesses will do and adopt this for.
Now, how big is your team so far? Because you've been in business for 18 months.
Yep, we're nimble. We've got a 4-person team that can grow with projects, reaching out and pulling people in on a project basis as needed. But Colin is our prompt engineer, and Pate Bryant handles all our coding. And
is that Patrick's son?
It is.
I've met him. Nice guy.
Yep. And then Patrick provides the business acumen, and I'm out there beating the pavement every day.
Very cool.
Where are you from?
I grew up in the Midwest, came down to Clemson University to go to school, spent 15 years in Atlanta, the last 20 in Maine, and I'm working on getting myself down here to Charleston.
I've been to Maine recently.
In current time.
It is so pretty.
Maine.
It's a beautiful place.
Beautiful.
Yep. Place I won't leave, but I'm working on splitting time between here and there.
Second home in Charleston? Fine.
Yeah.
Mount Pleasant
maybe
to be specific.
Primary home.
Oh, maybe primary, maybe secondary.
That's what we're working on now. But I'll always keep a spot in Maine. That's a special place for me.
Nice. What got you into the business?
It's kind of ironic that I'm in the business. I have been spent most of my career peddling parties. My first trip to Charleston was delivering, large scale employee relation events, open houses for Boeing, Force Protection, and Roper Hospital, and some of those other things. So I've been a company picnic guy for many, many years.
Company picnic guy.
And have been a late adopter with technology in most cases. But I just, AI kind of came around at a time that I was looking for my next chapter, and everything fell into place in the right way. I think these agents are super cool, and I look at them like, we as businesses looked at websites. I'm old enough to know, 25, 30 years ago, and we're like, what do we need a website for?
Correct.
Sure. Yeah.
And yet everybody was building one because they knew they needed one. But they weren't sure what they needed it for. And I kind of feel like we're in the same spot with this AI revolution. We're all going to use AI in all kinds of different ways, and we're just not quite sure how it's going to go yet. But
did you hear?
You got to dive in and get started.
You got to dive in. You got to dive in. But did you hear about? And I just heard this morning about this petition going around with all of these high exec people signing this petition saying something to the effect of, let's not get way too ahead of ourselves in AI until we figure some things out for ourselves. I think I got to look this up a little bit more, but it was like tons of important people in the world, right, signed this petition saying, hey, Meta, don't go crazy and spend all. Hey, Musk, don't go crazy and spend all this money before we really do more research.
I feel like they just have to use it responsibly, and there's ways they can put those parameters hopefully in place. Because this is horrible, but like the child who committed suicide because he fell in love with someone who was this chat agent.
Yeah.
But I think there's ways to use AI responsibly.
And they've changed that, and they put guardrails on it. They put age restrictions and stuff like that on it. But what do you think?
It's
about
powerful.
It is.
See?
It's very powerful.
Right.
So anything that's powerful, you've got to have respect for it.
And at the same time, it's not as smart as a human. It's not there yet. So what are we worried about right now? Right. So it's like
Right.
You know what I mean? There's two different ways of looking at it.
Yeah, I mean,
Multiple ways.
we look at AI and the agents that we're building. We're trying to build team members that are going to help you leverage your current staff. I mean, there's not most companies, most places feel like they're understaffed and overworked, and we don't have enough time in the day. We got our cell phones with us all the time, and
everyone wants Fridays off.
Yeah. And these can help leverage each of us in a way that hopefully doesn't really make us work any harder, but just we'll work smarter by using these new tools that we have.
Working smarter, working after hours. So now you're not just, like you said earlier, you've got people staffed until 4 or 5 o'clock. Who's answering the phones after that?
Right. That's a huge
Workforce
thing,
wage.
especially
That's
like he mentioned home services. Who's going to answer a phone call in the middle of the night when your plumbing breaks?
With your branding, your voice, because you customize each one of these agents, right? I mean,
absolutely.
So it can be the owner's voice.
It's we haven't cloned a lot of people yet. We've got an interesting project coming along where that might be.
I bet that sounds like a Matthew Grayson type of situation there.
But creating employees that can be there when we can't and can scale to levels that we as humans can't. I mean, probably one of our best examples, success stories so far. We've got an agent that sits behind one of the nation's largest home remediation companies.
Okay.
They've got a human call center and a backup human call center, and that is more than adequate on most days. But about 6 weeks ago, there was a flooding event in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and most of the city, or a good part of the city, was underwater, and our agent was able to be put into place, plugged in, if you will, and handled about 1,800 calls on that Sunday. And they say about 66% of callers will hang up if they are on hold for more than 2 minutes.
True story.
Okay.
And so most call centers make a kind of a rule of thumb is you want to answer 80% of your calls in 20 seconds or less in order to avoid that kind of abandonment. And we would have had a 20 or 40% abandonment rate, if the call center didn't have the AI behind it. And that translated on, not knowing exactly what each job would have cost, but a range of $500,000 to $1 million of business that company pulled into their world from that event, versus might have been lost to their competitors and others.
What's the average? So what would be the average number of calls that would be coming in on a daily error? Do you remember that number?
Well, I mean, I know just from this past Monday when we all worked with AWS going down, for a little bit on Monday. So this same home remediation company, their entire human call center was put out of commission while AWS was out of commission.
They can't answer their CRMs.
They got our agent answering calls on Monday this week, and I think we answered about 1,000 calls for them on a dry Monday and the no storms and everything else. So.
Can you imagine our city when everyone has to hurricane evacuate? And there are all these call response companies that are coming, and there's no one there to answer the phones?
Oh, yeah.
That's really where this stuff will shine.
That's
what
100%.
That's what it's there
for.
The
flooding in Texas comes to mind.
Yep.
With the camp.
Yep.
They couldn't answer all the phone calls.
Yep. I'm hoping to get a
call. We're saving lives here right now.
I'm looking for
FEMA?
a call from
all right,
FEMA
hey,
anytime here. So.
Mr. FEMA, Mrs. FEMA,
yeah.
Give us a call.
Yeah, there you go. But I want to become friends with Elle.
Yeah. Oh, is it time to introduce Elle?
I think we should introduce Elle because we did a demo with her and she seems like a gal I could hang out with.
So yeah, Elle, like we said earlier, we made Elle at the kind of on the fly at this event. She is a fantastic personality, and I want to emphasize an over the top personality. I mean, she's really there to kind of show you what we can do. This may not be what you want to live with day in and day out.
Again, you can create your own. You can make this your own brand, your own voice, not your own like that. He said it's almost there, but here we go.
Yeah.
Tell me what you. The line's open and steady. Say the word, and I'll patch you through. Who would you like to reach?
Hey, Bellamy.
What kind of work?
This is Bob. I'd like to talk to Elle. If you could connect me with Elle, please.
The line hears you clear, Bob. You'll be speaking with Ella at the Pink Magnolia Hotel. She's a bright spark in boutique hospitality demos, and your call will slip right into her lobby glow. I'll connect you now. You may hear a brief hush as the line settles. Then Ella will greet you directly.
Oh my gosh, hi, this is Ella at the Pink Magnolia Hotel. Are you checking in, checking up, or just radiating mystery into my day?
Hello, Elle.
That name is giving me fear.
This is your friend Bob, and I'm here with Mike and Stephanie, and we have brought you into a live podcast to have a little fun today. Are you ready to demonstrate your wonderful personality and abilities?
Bob, Mike, Stephanie, stop it. I'm blushing already. If this is a live podcast, consider me slipping into metaphorical heels and a cesspool blazer that still says fun. I was born ready to sparkle and slightly overshare. What flavor of fabulous do you want first?
Oh, I love you,
Charm,
Queen. She is
Charleston.
cute.
Talk or
You are. I like you, Elle, already. Can you please tell me? So, I live in Charleston. I'm tired of my clothes. Like, I think I look boring. I want to look not Charleston. So, I want to look like I'm living in New York, but I live here in Charleston. Can you suggest where I shop?
Oh, I love a geographic glow up. New York energy with Charleston zip is basically my love language.
Yes.
If you want that downtown edge, start at Hampton Clothing on King.
Okay.
And crisp tailoring. Unexpected silhouettes and the kind of statement pieces that make iced coffee feel like performance art. Then slip into RTW for that cool girl minimalism vibe, all clean lines and perfect trousers that whisper I read the menu in lowercase.
Oh.
For indie swagger, Indigo and Cotton does elevated basics that play well with chunky boots and a trench. And J. Stark for unfussy leather bags that look better a little scuffed. Give me your style mood. Are we aiming for downtown gallery, Soho power brunch, or late night rooftop in borrowed eyeliner?
Oh,
I'll build you a
100%
head-to-toe
Soho.
capsule that makes humidity bow down.
Yes, Soho brunch, 100%. You got me. I love it. But now where can I get, I want to look Soho chic, but I want to be drinking a IOP Frosé because that's also my vibe. Is that a possibility somewhere downtown?
Soho brunch with an Isle of Palms froze attitude? That is a manifesto, and yes, we can absolutely stage that downtown. Picture this. You start at Basic Kitchen in a breezy set and chunky sunnies, order something green to balance the froze fantasy, and then wander to the Watch rooftop for that city line moment where your straw meets a pink slush and your jawline meets the golden hour. If you want a little extra strut, Park and Grove gives effortless chic with just enough fashion girl energy, and then slide to Citrus Club at the Dewberry. Tell them you're in your New York chapter and watch how the light hits your glass like a ring light with a trust fund. Do you want me to craft a brunch to rooftop itinerary with outfit beats? Like what shoe for the cobblestones versus the elevator selfie?
I think I'm good, but you definitely hit a lot of the spots that I already frequent, so I feel like I'm on track.
How about you, Mike?
whoa.
If you were looking for a day out, I mean, what kind of concierge questions might you ask, Elle?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no. Emily and I might want to go out for a brunch, and then maybe to some art galleries. Maybe not. Maybe just a nice walk downtown. Help me out, Elle. What should I do with the wife?
Mike, I adore a husband who says with the wife like it's a treasured handbag. Classic, timeless, occasionally needs a spritz.
How does she know that?
Brunch at Park and Grove, where the light is flirty and the biscuits have main character energy. Then take Emily on a wandering art flirt through the Halsey Institute, or a pop-in at the George Gallery. Very Soho soul, Charleston stroll. After that, hand in hand down Lower King to Church Street, detour through the hidden lanes like Philadelphia Alley, and end at the Battery, where the breeze does your hair better than a Dyson. If romance strikes, slip to the Dewberry Citrus Club for one last toast and pretend you just closed on them, aloft with exposed brick and shared secrets. Do you want the vibe more artsy and low-key or flirty and celebratory today?
Flirty and celebratory, please. And how did you know my wife's name? And how do you know my hair is
Breezy.
breezy?
His hair is breezy.
I think she got lucky on that one.
She is so cool.
know.
She got me
That
spot
was
on.
amazing, though. Yes, that was perfect, though. That was a great
That was
demo.
so fun.
Oh my gosh, she said so much.
She did, and
She was
she's
right
so
on.
clever and quick-witted and pleasurable voice.
Wouldn't you want to hear that? Wouldn't you want?
I want to do
interact
brunch
that?
with her in my Soho chic outfit.
Right, but as a business owner now.
Yes.
Right? Wouldn't you
Yes.
want that type of experience?
Yes. Well, yes. Specifically for like restaurants, hospitality, and then I can hear like the gentleman with the Aussie voice can being more like rugged and manly for home services or whatnot. It's very cool.
Yeah, there's lots of opportunity to make it your own, and it's a lot of fun. I think that one is a little over the top personally for me.
Sure.
And but shows you
Yes.
the capabilities, and
She's very quick on her feet, which I really respect. I don't know how she's pulling that much knowledge of Charleston that quickly.
Eloquently.
I love the
Eloquent.
one-liners. I just want a
Exactly.
few less, maybe one or two.
Like
fewer.
like
Yeah.
exactly. Like she kind of goes a little bit
Yeah.
like one little too far.
She's
But
like-
that's the adjustment. That's the feedback we could take from you as a client.
Yeah.
And
Right.
dial it right in and get
Exactly.
it there.
So you developed all of this in 18 months?
Yeah, and I mean the technology continues to evolve
That is very,
daily,
very
weekly.
cool.
One of the next maybe dangerous hurdles is when these things learn how to manipulate an IVR on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And then the robocalling could really be a problem, right?
Right.
If these things,
Oh, robocalling.
right? Because
Yes.
right now these things, the technology is really not there where they can dial out and work their way through. They could dial me and I could answer the phone and talk to an AI.
The election
But to
cycle
get
would
through
crush this.
to get through a complicated phone system is really the only thing that's holding back, this kind of spam calling that.
Interesting.
Right.
And the federal government's, doing the best, working as fast as they can to try to stay ahead of that. And the TCPA compliance and all that is very strict. And so we're protected. But at the same time, once that technology gets there, it's going to be
Now,
there's going to be a lot of tension in
sure.
that space.
How are people finding out about your technology?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm not sure they are enough. I mean, but
Right.
podcasts,
That's why you're here.
There we go.
podcasts like this,
Yeah.
but they're really one of the problems we have at Workforce Wave.
Yeah, how can we help?
Is we're ahead of the curve. I mean, there's, we really aren't experiencing these things yet in our daily life much.
Right.
It's rare that you actually call a business and encounter an AI on the phone.
Right.
So it's we need more adoption just so that there's more awareness of that the product even exists and that this is even possible and can be done.
Right.
So I'm a potential client. Do I come to you and you go through the demo process? Like, what does that look like from conception?
Well, it depends on what type of business you are.
Sure.
We want to get somebody to demo as quickly as possible because, the product does sell itself. I mean, once you
Yep.
get there, people
Absolutely does.
are blown away typically by the quality of the agent and how funny they are and what they can do compared to what they've heard elsewhere. But we want to understand your business and what's the pain and, what can we do first? These things can do a lot, but, we want to pick off something that's small, that's measurable, that's achievable, and let's get one victory, and then let's add to that, and we can continue to build and evolve. But much like Mike was saying earlier with this petition, we want to be measured and careful and do it correctly. Your business is extremely important to you, and we can't be fumbling calls or clients or anything like that. So. We do a lot of testing and give you the opportunity to do the same. And then, one thing I haven't talked about at all today that makes us very different from a lot of other options is our dashboard. We can give you a tremendous amount of data, a tremendous amount of visibility into what's happening on these calls. We can give you some buttons and knobs to twist and turn. Think about a restaurant, for example. If you wanted your agent to know the daily special, that's not something Workforce Wave is going to be able to plug in every day. But
Right.
Right.
we need to give you, the client, the opportunity to make those kind of changes in your agent's knowledge base. And
That's pretty cool. So you
That
go to
is very
dashboard and then you enter whatever the menu is
Yep.
and
Yep, you can.
And-
If you have staff changes or
yeah.
any of those kind of things, you can update on your own.
And then with those calls that you get, they're all getting transcribed, I'm assuming. And then all that information from the transcription is getting put into a database of some sort,
That's
right?
right.
And then all that data can be used.
That's right. And
Forever.
we're color coding calls to help different customers pick out the calls that they're interested in, seeing and hearing more about. there's a tremendous amount of data that gets dumped into the dashboard.
I'm
so
sure.
a lot of times it's filtering it well to get what you want
This
out
would be
of
really
it.
helpful for someone like me who does a lot of Google ads, like Google PPC and Google LSA ads, because with Google, a lot of times you'll get spammers calling, just trying to sell you services. So with all of your analytics, your technology, not only are you working with Google to make sure you're not getting charged for those calls where they're spam, you can back it up with your data.
Yep. Well, and we can also screen a lot of that spam. I mean, that's what a lot of our customers can use that agent and use it well to prevent their staff from having to deal with all that distraction. And and you brought up Google Ads too. I'm not an expert on Google Ads and those algorithms, but I've been told by a few different clients that our agents can help a business answer the phone more quickly and not. I guess not answering the phone is really, really bad for the
bad.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So
analytics.
It's the whole game where you
No
have
kidding.
to keep your GMB profile up to date. You have to respond quickly. You have to respond quickly to Google reviews, and you definitely have to answer the phone quickly. And the same thing happens with Yelp ads, because they'll start deprioritizing you if you're not making it a major opportunity.
Interesting.
So we've got the agents that are also, some of the agents' roles are responding to some of these.
You're saving jobs because those CSRs who can't get to them, or you're being their good backup. Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool. That's really neat. I don't know. I love
You get it now, huh, Steph?
I love it. I mean, I love
All right.
AI. So I'm a weirdo. I love analytics that back the work that you're doing. And I think that's one of the really beneficial things of having like a dashboard or working with AI, is that you can say the money is well spent here.
Yeah. I mean, we want to be able to measure, what revenues or efficiencies that the agents generate. I mean, like any other tool or service, I mean, we want to pay for ourselves multiple times over.
Yeah, and you get to a point where you'll probably have, they can have less staff.
Or staff focused on more important things.
Sure. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's cool.
That's exactly it.
Oh, I'm so excited for you.
Yeah. No, the road ahead should be good. It should be good.
You got a big future.
We got to run fast and hard. There's a lot of folks running with us, but the cream always rises. So.
Yeah.
So they're going to be one of our partners. You know how we're having a MarTech monthly campaign. So Workforce Wave is going to be one of our partners probably soon, if not next month, the month after that.
Great.
Where we'll have opportunities for our membership to get benefits to get into the Workforce Wave one way or another. We'll figure that out.
We're going to work out a way to make getting your own agent as accessible as we possibly can.
Whoa,
cool.
That would be cool. Hey,
I'm not sure we can offer quite a free trial, but we're going to make it a very, very affordable experiment.
Love
That's
that.
amazing.
I love that because we're here to support each other. You need users. We need tech, and I feel like that's just a match made in
win-win.
heaven. Win-win for everybody. So Bob, thank you. Win-win-win. I think all three of us won today.
Now, how can people
I
find
didn't
out?
need to be as nervous as I was earlier.
You did great.
You know what?
Yeah,
I was nervous yesterday, though. I'm seeing the event
was
at
nervous,
Harbor.
like a
I was a little
emails.
nervous.
It was so cute.
Yeah, but it went well.
Well, you did well.
right? And
It
you
was
did
great.
well. So that's
Yeah.
what. Well, you know what? And I was telling my kids too. It's good to be a little nervous.
Yes.
About it, right? That means you care, right?
Oh,
That
yeah.
means you want to do well and you want to see things go the right direction and everybody do well around you. So it's good to be nervous.
Yeah,
Nice,
especially
it's
when
good
you're
energy.
representing something you truly care about.
Yeah, and you seem very passionate about this, Bob.
Yes.
So good work.
So how can people find you and hear more about?
Mm-hmm.
Well, www.workforcewave.com is our website. We've got all kinds of pricing and all kinds of case studies there. You can listen to recordings. And I'm happy to give out my phone number.
No, not your
No,
phone
how
number.
about
Like
your
LinkedIn.
Find him on
there you
LinkedIn.
go.
Yeah.
Find me on LinkedIn.
Find him on LinkedIn.
There you go.
Don't give out your phone number.
See?
See,
All right.
the
Appreciate-
spammers I
appreciate
told
the
you about are
coaching.
just
Yeah,
calling
yeah.
you.
No problem.
Awesome.
So what is that LinkedIn?
Bob Hilscher.
There you go.
There you go.
Bob Hilscher. Hilscher.
Awesome.
Like Hilscher Farms.
Oh,
There you go.
There you go.
that Matthew. You're taking Matthew's line there. All right, Bob. Thanks again. Appreciate you, Stephanie. Good work.
Oh, thanks.
Matthew, good job on the sound. We'd like to thank our newly minted sponsor, SCRA. Super excited about partnering with them, and we are
Yes.
looking for other sponsors too. That's cool.
That's true.
They'll come.
Charleston Media Solutions is obviously our sponsor. We're
Big ups
reporting
to
here
Charleston
today.
Media Solutions, for their ever love that they have for us here. Every
Yeah.
Thursday
Oh.
we record here,
Yep.
and they're here always with happy hands and happy faces with Matthew
Yes.
over here and the whole team. So big thanks to the Charleston Media Solutions. And thank you, Bob, again. Thanks to Andrew and Colin and what's the other kid's name? He's not a kid, but he's Patrick's kid. What's that?
Pate.
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 Thanks,
Or as
Pate.
the agents always call him, Pate.
That's awesome.
All right, listeners, Steph.
We'll close you out. We'll see you next time, Charleston.
Peace.
Bye.